Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of Spider-Man No Way Home retro carded Marvel Legends series figures. That was really long. Sorry about that. I almost lost the thread too. I wonder what you're thinking, like, oh my gosh, why is MJ in here? Why isn't it just the three of them? Well, these were the ones that I could get on sale. Not the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, but I did get MJ and the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man on sale. So they're the only four that I have right now. I plan to add Matt Murdock and Sandman and Green Goblin and Doc Ock at some point when they're a little bit cheaper. But as it turns out, the Doc Ock and Green Goblin have been very popular and extremely sold out for some time. So these are the only four figures that I have. And when I heard that they were going to do all three versions of the Spider-Man that were in Spider-Man No Way Home, I was super excited. And then I found out they were doing single pack versions with the regular heads in them, and I thought, oh man, I should have waited. And I absolutely should have waited. Darn it! So these figures came out. I had to have the human portraits of at least Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I didn't care so much about Tom Holland. I already had civilian heads of him, but he is wearing that suit from the very end of the movie, and I thought that was kind of irresistible. I have a version of MJ, and I'm not so sure that this isn't just a repaint, but it's MJ, and it comes with the cube that they gather up all the things in. She comes with 2 extra hands, and again, I understand that some people were like, well, maybe she's a repaint. I don't know for sure. I can't remember what that first MJ looked like. And I didn't look at it before I did this review, so I haven't I haven't prepared. I'm not very prepared. I don't want this review to be study time, you know. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to really cook the books on this. Cook the books isn't really a good term. That's sort of a shady accounting term. Anywho, all of these have the cool retro cards. They have the No Way Home on the back, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's weird. There's no cross-promotional thing, so it doesn't show you what else is in the wave. And also, the Andrew Garfield version of the figure has Amazing Spider-Man 2 and not Spider-Man No Way Home on it. And I imagine that's a licensing thing. I imagine that's Amazing Spider-Man 2 they could get the license for, but Andrew Garfield maybe, for No Way Home didn't sign something that allowed people to use his likeness. I'm not absolutely sure. It's just this one says Amazing Spider-Man 2 on it, and the rest of them say Spider-Man No Way Home, including Matt Murdock and Sandman. So these are really cool figures. I enjoyed opening them the first time, and of course adding MJ, any of the civilian characters to the mix is really cool. I'd love some of the civilian. We've already gotten some really great civilian characters through Disney Plus, and I'd love to see that continue. But for now, like, MJ is a super cool ad. So I'm going to bust these open. I'm going to see what we think of them. Now that they're out of the package, let's take a closer look at Spider-Man Retro's No Way Home figures. Except for the Andrew Garfield one, which is Amazing Spider-Man 2. To, not confuse copyrights and things like that. So first, let's take a closer look at the accessories. Starting with our current Spider-Man, Tom Holland, comes with the mask. He's wearing the uniform he wore at the very end after the other 2 Spider-Men had left the universe and everybody had forgotten who he is. It's just a super classic version of the costume. It comes with lots of extra hands. He has 2 wall-crawling hands, 2 web-spinning hands, and 2 fists. And, of course, the mask, which he's not wearing right now, but in because he is wearing the regular Tom Holland face. As for Andrew Garfield, he comes with an extra pair of hands. He has 2 web shooty hands and one sort of a gesturing hand, or one lightly crawling up a wall hand, and one fist, and of course the mask that complements everything. And Tobey Maguire's accessories, of course, he has 2 web spinning hands and a gesturing hand and a fist also. That's very cool. Here their heads are together. All the figures are basically the same figure that we've gotten in the 3-pack, except with these heads separated from the body and unmasked heads put on. So just an unmasked head is all that was added to this. It would have been cooler if Hasbro had maybe put the 3 unmasked heads into some sort of bonus pack or something we could have gotten to attach to our regular ones, something to mod them a little bit. But I'm so bummed because I was going to wait until they were cheaper, and then I thought, no way, what's the chances of getting another one of these and the licensing and stuff? So I got the 3 Spider-Men that didn't have the masked heads, or did have the masked heads rather, and I thought, this is super cool. And then a few months later they're like, hey, do you want ones with the unmasked heads on them? And I thought, rats, I lost that one. I ordered Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield right away because I thought they would sell out, and they did. And like I said, MJ and the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man went on sale recently, and I was able to grab those as well. So let's take a closer look. I'm not going to go over the articulation, but it bears repeating what some of the figures look like. So, Andrew Garfield version of Spider-Man, that is a really great likeness of the actor. Has the classic cool spider on the chest. Has all of the great detailing you would expect from Marvel Legends. And of course that continues on the back of the figure, and the spider on the back of the uniform is super classic. Is it worth getting again? It was for me, but you'll have to decide whether that is for you. Tom Holland's likeness is really good too. I worried about some of the blush and stuff, but close up on the camera it looks amazing. And his costume looks amazing from the end. No technology, no gadgets. Super sharp lines, super crisp everywhere. Just very classic. The cool spider on the back of his uniform. And that is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's expression, or I should say likeness, is really good on this figure. I like it a lot. It looks exactly like Tobey Maguire for the movie. And the costume is super cool. The gold threads, the kind of embossing on those threads is really cool. Silver, the spider that hovers over the surface of the costume instead of being sort of on it. The big spider on the back. This was the very first on-screen, as far as movies go, Spider-Man, and it comes through in all of its glory. Even the expression is sort of this very neutral, very calm. Actually, they all are. They're all very neutral and very calm. The Andrew Garfield one is excellent, and the Tobey Maguire one is excellent. As far as Mary Jane's likeness goes, I don't see the hard work that was put into the other figures. I don't recognize, and I don't know if it's really that I just don't really recognize her that well, or if it doesn't look anything like her, or if it's reminiscent of her, and I don't see it. It's a great figure. It's a great likeness, but it just doesn't look a lot like What I mean by likenesses is not like a just completely unrecognizable or looks like somebody completely different, but I don't know if it's a good Zendaya likeness. I would have liked to have had a better one, and this could be the old head on a new body, or it could even be on the same body but with a repaint. I'm not sure, but no, it doesn't look like any extra work was done for her except to give her a box. And that's kind of like the other figures in the wave are very much just the same figure we've gotten but with a different head. But it's a really cool figure. It's really nice to have an MJ figure. Super nice. Would be also nice to have a Aunt May figure. Since she's passed, would be very cool to have a. We already have a Happy Hogan figure, but it'd be nice to have a Happy Hogan figure specific to No Way Home. But I don't have any real big complaints about this wave. I'm a huge fan. I'd have to pair it with other figures to see if it pairs well, to see, if there's paint differences. And I could even look that up online. But for right now, just for what it is, and it's completely my fault that I bought them all over again. And then I bought another MJ without sort of looking at what the old one was like. But I like these figures. These figures are great. For me, totally worth it for the heads. I can always sell the other ones on eBay, but these I can add permanently to the collection. So hopefully you're enjoying these versions of this character, or maybe you felt like you got burned and you're not investing in these figures either. But it's going to be the most complete No Way Home sort of set you've ever seen, because it'll have all three of these. It'll have Doc Ock, it'll have Sandman, and it'll have Green Goblin. That is a ton of figures. Really, really great figures. And you already have Doctor Strange, so you already have a lot of the characters from that. There was I think this year or last year, well, this year's 2024, but last year or the year before, they came out with, I think it was a Peter Parker 2-pack with his best friend, who is in the movie, and his name escapes me right now. Any other day, I'd say it right off the top of my head like it was nothing. I can't remember his name, but you have that character too. So you have a lot of the characters that are from No Way Home. So I think that there's a good opportunity here to build sort of, I mean, not since the Eternals has there been one movie so thoroughly covered, except for maybe like Endgame. But you know what I mean? And Eternals had like, I don't know, 10, 11 characters. And the whole case of Eternals was a full set with one Build-A-Figure, and then the other two figures was a Target exclusive and a Walmart exclusive. So between the base set was 6, then 7, then the other two were 9 and does that work? 8 and 9, and then there was the villain, which was kind of a deluxe, and that's 10. There's a bunch of figures for that movie, and you're getting that with No Way Home. You're getting at least 10 figures. Or you have some in your collection that you can substitute in and make that work. So it's really good time to get them. They're probably, some of them are sold out and some of them are on sale. But if you can, add these to your collection. They're awesome. So until next time, enjoy your toys.